It's K-Poi 105.9, the Big Kahuna, Honolulu's only classic rock. Dave Lawrence with you. And thanks to his appearance at the Waikiki Show as part of the Honolulu Marathon festivities, I'm thrilled to welcome back the great Ray Manzarek of the Doors, Doors of the 21st Century, and now Riders on the Storm. Welcome back, Ray.
Hey, good to be with you, man.
Aloha, brother.
All right, yeah.
How are you?
Very good, very good.
How lucky for Honolulu that you're coming back so soon.
Yeah, we're really excited. I mean, it's really looking forward to it. And the band shell, Waikiki, the Honolulu Marathon, it's all going to be great. We're really stoked. I mean, it's great. Looking forward to it.
You've never done the shell, have you?
No, this is the first time, and didn't do the shell with Morrison, and didn't do the shell with D21C. So Riders on the Storm are doing the shell.
I dig that. D21C. I still have my D21C hat from when
good. Good. Well, those are a rarity because there won't be any more of those. There's just a few left, and that's it, man, because it's Riders on the Storm.
And you're real comfortable now with that name?
Oh, sure, of course. I mean, that tells you exactly what it is, who we are, all of that.
I dig it. It's a cool name
yeah.
that you fell into.
Yeah. And
the last year or two, around this same date, you were honoring Jim in Paris.
Oh, man. We were, it was 2 years ago. We were there for Jim's birthday, December 8th.
Yep.
Is Jim's birthday. And we went to his grave for his 60th birthday and had a little party there. A lot of people and fans and music being played and, people eating and drinking. I mean, it was a real celebration, and it was a birthday party for Jim Morrison. Unfortunately, he was, 6 feet under.
But right there in the cemetery.
Oh, yeah, right there, right at his grave. Yeah, right at Jim's grave, there we were. And, the police knew we were coming, and the police knew the people were coming, and, they said, okay, come on, just no riots. But, and of course there weren't any riots because everybody there was in love with Jim Morrison. He was our friend, and fans were there from all over Europe, and, some people from Japan and China were there. The news was there, the press was, it was great. And that night we played this little private show, man. It was like an unannounced secret show.
Where was that at?
In one of those little Paris nightclubs. It was like playing, I'm telling you, it was like playing at the Whiskey A Go-Go.
Wow.
It was dark, it was like a little, boîte, as they called it, a little box. That's what the French call those little places. And, I mean, it was packed. People were on top of us. We were the bandstand was, virtually on top of the people. And, I mean, I had people at my knees. I'd look down and, here's all the fans. It was great, man. A special secret show. And it held maybe, I don't know, we jammed 900 people in there. And God, was that amazing on Jim's birthday. What a birthday present. And then the next night we played
the Zenith.
We played the whole big, 10,000 whatever people, and so you know what? We're going to be doing the same thing in Honolulu.
It's like a mirror of 2 years ago.
Absolutely, man. It's going to be so cool. I'm really looking forward to it.
That's cool to hear you recollect on the celebration at the gravesite.
Oh, it was great. It couldn't have been nicer. With all and just famous people are buried there. Chopin is buried there,
right?
And Moliere is there, and Isadora Duncan is buried there. Oscar Wilde is the great poet and playwright is buried there. So Jim's right at home, man, with all those famous European artists, poets, and dancers, and musicians, and the whole thing.
And were fans still inscribing messages and leaving sorts of, like their little proclamations?
They sure are, man. I mean, they just can't resist doing that. And what happens in Paris is every night, or the next morning, probably they close the place at 5, 6 o'clock. The next morning, a little cleanup crew comes in and washes off the graffiti.
Do they
and
really?
People are writing, their names, the town they come from in Italy, Jim mi amor from, Francesca from Turin, Italy, and stuff like that. It's really cool. And the one that I got to kid him, when you coming back, Lizard King?
Questions they put there.
Probably somebody from Germany.
That's cool, though. I didn't know they had a cleaning crew like that.
Yes, they did, man. They've and Jim's the next of kin, Jim's mom and dad pay for it.
Wow. They actually pay so that it stays in a pristine...
Yeah, so that they don't... Because they were going to throw him out.
I read that.
They were going to... They said, he's causing too much trouble. It's like, The man's been dead for 30 years, and they're saying he's causing too much trouble.
He's still causing trouble.
How does he do it? You know, they were going to throw him out, and then his parents said, "No, we'll take care of the cleanup and all of that." So God bless. You know,
good for his folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the first I've heard of that.
Yeah, that's why he's still there. Otherwise, it would have been out
the
get rid of
door.
him. You know, it would have been like Mozart in Amadeus. You know?
Right.
You know, hey, dump him in that big pauper's grave and throw the lime on him, and you know.
Right. Wow, that's good.
Because we couldn't do anything about it because it's we're not next of kin, and Paris is very strict about that. You know, they're gonna. Are you next of kin? We wanted to put a gravestone on and put a mark, and they said, "Are you next of kin?" We said, "Well, you know, yeah, we're the Doors," and they said, "No, we're not talking about that. Are you the parents or the wife of this man?" No. Sorry, we're just his friends and his musicians and his soulmates. But so we couldn't do anything, man. We couldn't. You know, the mom and dad had to do it.
And they're still both with us.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jim's not. You know,
right.
You know, that's the way it goes.
This past summer, you did another thing to really honor your legacy, which we were lucky enough to have a little part of, and that was when we got to hear from you when my buddy Carmine DePiece from the Fudge was doing the Strange Days tour.
Oh man!
Eddie put you on the line. What was the highlight of that? Really cool.
Oh God, I don't know. Geez, I think playing every gig that we played, we started. We went all the way across Canada. Boy, was that fun. Geez, we played, you know, Vancouver, and then went all the way across to played every capital city of every province there, like the 6 states that they've got, and played every city all the way over to Montreal, and just you know, jamming with the Fudge, man. Robbie got up and jammed with them, and at one point, Mark and I played
Stein.
the Fender Rhodes keyboard sound together on Riders on the Storm.
The original Fudge keyboardist.
Yes, the two of us were just jamming out on Riders on the Storm. Sort of, he'd play a solo and step back, and I'd get in, and he'd play, and I'd play, and he'd play, and I'd play. It was really great. Mark, he's a good keyboard player.
Yeah, he's been on the show too. He's a monster. That's a really cool thing for you guys to have.
Yeah, that was fun.
Offering the fans that stuff, Ray, man, those are memories. People.
Oh God, damn! And then the night before in, I don't know where it was, one of those places in Toronto, I can't remember which one, the same venue that we were playing in the night before, and we were there a day early, Carlos Santana was there.
And you jumped up on
stage. And I
stage.
sat in with Carlos, that's right.
I remember plugging that.
Yeah, that was...
That's huge, dude.
That was cool.
That's very cool, yeah.
Well, what's funny is, man, Carlos says, you know, he says, "Hey, the Doors are in the audience. Ray Manzarek, Ray, come on up and play with us." So I come walking down, you know, hustling my butt to get down there because it's a, you know, big outdoor venue. And I get up to the stage and start to walk onto the stage. The security guy for Carlos Santana grabs me and says, "Where the hell are you going?" and starts to throw me off the stage. Fortunately, my brother is behind me. My brother is like, he's like Hulk Hogan. You know, he's like 6'3", 210 pounds, and he looks like Hulk Hogan. He's about to attack this guy, and Carlos comes running over, going, "No, it's okay. That's Ray Manzarek." And the guy goes, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't recognize you. I thought you just wanted to come on stage and grab Carlos." I said, "Well, now that you mention it, maybe I will, or pinch his butt or something when I walk by." But man, it was great playing with Carlos and all those percussionists. It was fabulous.
And did that whole exchange happen like right in front of the crowd, basically?
Oh yeah. Everybody saw it. You know, it was off to the side of the stage. I mean, I didn't make it into the middle of the stage and tackled. You know, Jesus. I thought, hey, this is perfect, man. I'm going to sit in, and you know, I can't sit in. I'm going to be thrown off the stage by some security guy. You know, some football player. You know, who should be playing college football but wasn't quite big enough or something.
Yeah, Carlos's guy is big, isn't he?
Yeah, Carlos, your security guys are doing too good of a job. Tell them to listen to what you're saying on stage. Pay attention, numbnuts. You know.
Yeah, he's got a big one. I do remember in 2000 that dude could.
But
do
it was
some
great,
football.
man. We jammed. I mean, after that silly little incident, we just jammed on out. Yeah, Carlos is great.
Yeah, it got you national press because I remember distinctly they were like, you know, Ray Manzarek, and they did describe that you were seen in the audience and sort of called to the stage like that. You know?
Yeah, I had no idea.
I
was just sitting there digging the show.
And then you're part of the show.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, whoop, there I am on stage. That was fun. That was a great time. So jamming with the Fudge and Pat Travers.
Yeah.
And, we played. Pat Travers and Robbie played Roadhouse Blues a couple of times on the tour. So, yeah, the Strange Days Festival was really good.
And it came to a real, you had that VH1 taping as a sort of souvenir of it all.
Yeah.
Which is hot.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll be out.
What's the plans for that?
Well, the plan is to put it out on VH1 and then put it into stores. But there's a technical problem called a sync license. A sync license means picture and sound are synchronized. You have to, you can't do something on TV with picture and sound unless you get the okay of the publisher.
Right.
You can't do, in a movie, you can't just take somebody's song and stick it in a movie. You have to deal with the publisher of the song.
And get the rights.
Now, and which is all well and good, because that's Doors Music Company. We have the rights to all the songs. However, our good friend John Dinsmore has decided to not grant a sync license to our performance.
How did I know he was going to come up in this?
I don't know. My sweetheart, my buddy, I just want to give him a kiss on the cheek. You know? Oh, no, I don't have to grant a sync license to that. Why not, man? It's great. It's a great show.
Man.
So hopefully at some point or another, I either can twist his arm, bargain with him. You know, if he wants something, we'll say, well, hey, and then give us the release to put the show on. Because that show was great, man. It had Antigone Rising. The Girls are a great band. We played Roadhouse. No, not Roadhouse. We played Love Me Two Times with Macy Gray. Perry Farrell did Touch Me, and the Fudge, and Pat Travers, and the Doors of the 21st Century. I mean, Riders on the Storm. And it was great, man. It was really, really a good show.
Well, we are rooting that does make its way out.
Me too.
I know.
Me too. I got to tell you, yeah.
Well, I am looking forward to the show. Is it going to be a completely different set that we're going to get, or?
Well, listen, we could, or do you want to hear Light My Fire?
I think I want to hear Light My Fire.
Let me put it to you this way. Do you want to hear... I mean, we can do a different set, yeah. But if I'm going to a Doors show and I don't hear Break On Through to the Other Side, Love Me Two Times, Backdoor Man, L.A. Woman, Riders on the Storm, and Light My Fire, I'm going to be angry.
I know.
So we're going to play the hits, man. We're going to play the hits and mix it up a little bit, throw in a couple of things. Who knows what we'll do? We never know what we're going to do until we get on stage, really.
Well, please, Ray, pass along my very best to Robbie and Ian.
All right.
And I look forward to seeing you at the show, brother.
All right. We're going to have some fun, man. And, we'll celebrate, John Lennon and Jim Morrison. You know, John Lennon was killed on December 8th, murdered on December 8th. Jim Morrison was born on December 8th. So we'll have a Beatles Doors Day.
I'm looking forward to it, dude.
Cool.
It's going to be great. The great Ray Manzarek of the Doors, and now Riders on the Storm here on KPOY 105.9, The Big Kahuna. We'll catch you at the show, brother.
All right, man. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ray. Aloha.
Hey, this is Ray Manzarek of the Doors with Dave Lawrence. Be cool, brah.